comes up with that. How did you do in high school English class?
I did get straight A's. It was easy. My mother saved many of my essays as they were all A's, and I still have a few of them.
Okay. Yeah, I feel this inner pride and recognition that, that's as many messages as we get growing up, a lot of them tend not to be positive, and we tend to be, I think I mentioned last time, a lot of messages we weren't living up to our full potential. So it doesn't feel like you have very many blocks around your capabilities as a writer. And how are you feeling today about that? Because sometimes as we get older, sometimes little fears set in. So tell me how that feels for you now.
The only block that I feel I have right now is time. The time to get into it. I can easily sit down at a computer and start writing away, and I feel like I'm collaborating with the divine. I just channel, everything just comes out. I type really fast, over 100 words a minute, and so I can get so caught up in it that if someone interrupts me, it's bigger than just interrupting me. It feels like I'm stepping out of another world almost.
Yeah.
And I don't, in my schedule right now, I do not have a lot of time to do this. So I sometimes envision myself just writing, spending my time being able to hold myself up in a sacred space and just get it out.
Right.
And I would love to be able to do that for weeks at a time. But right now I am constricted where my time is concerned. There's only so much time in the day.
Okay. All right. You are a born writer, by the way. That's your innate ability, your natural ability. It's like you said to God in heaven, okay, I'm going to come down and be a writer. I feel so solid about this information that you're telling me. So hang on a second with the time. Yeah. I mean, the saying's coming up, if you can dream it, you can be it. I mean, the fact that you hold that dream. So my recommendation is that you continue to hold this vision. If you're driving to work or, or at your lunch break or whenever you have the free time, where you can just get lost. I call it creative visualization. Just imagine this life for yourself. And then the universe, that creates the high vibration, and the universe will begin to open the doors so that you can move, transitionally into the life that you're really called to live.
I do believe it's happening. I do.
I do too. I started doing this for myself 5 years ago. I worked a regular job, 9 to 5. When I just started doing readings, I thought, I started thinking when I was driving to work, filing papers at work, whenever I thought about this life that I imagined, I just was like, just think about it, my dream life. And it really hasn't taken that long that things have shifted, so I'm doing more and more things that are in alignment with that vision that I've been holding. The thing about creative visualization, if you've seen the movie The Secret, my idea, my philosophy is a little bit different on that, because I believe that it's, I don't think The Secret really mentioned to be in alignment with divine will or God's will, and I do believe that there's a God's will, and I believe that if I align my will with that will, it's even more powerful. I don't remember them bringing that up with The Secret. It's like if you wanted to, remember like a jaguar or something, just think about it or put a poster of it on your wall and voila. So I think that there's been a little bit of a backlash for that information. The way I manifest, manifest, for anybody not familiar with the term, is the ability to bring in to existence the abundance, the dream, the ideas and inspiration. The manifesting is bringing it forth, okay? Not just thinking about it, but bringing it forth into your reality. And so a little exercise here, Dana, is just some guidance on this, is to spend as much time as you can imagining that you can write weeks at a time. Try to, I'm here, kind of channeling, try to get a vision of the room, the chair, the table, where you're writing, your notebook. Be as specific as possible, I'm hearing. If you have a ocean view window that you're writing, make it exactly ideal for yourself, okay?
Okay.
That's the first thing. And then you also want to say, I align my will with God's will, or, thank you, Jesus, God, whoever you call source. I'm now writing full-time, getting paid as a writer. Freelance, have you ever thought about freelance writing?
Mm-hmm.
Freelance writing is coming up for you. But anyways, so the manifestation is, thank you, God, Jesus, whoever, higher power, that I'm now writing full-time, think I'm getting paid for my work, and I'm helping people in the way that I came here to do, and thank you for showing me clear signs this is so, is something that you can try to keep, connected with the universe, and stating, what I was going to say is have an unwavering attention on this. You understand?
Yes, I do.
When you decide with a capital D that you are serious with the universe, you will create an unwavering energetic link or energy. It's just like booming out. You understand? And it's not like, does Dana want to be a writer one day and not want to be a writer the next day? But an unwavering, and faith and trust also included in that unwavering thought are really helpful too. I'm kind of going through something about the same thing. I'm realizing some thoughts I've had around my part-time job that I've had that have been a little bit limiting. So start to notice your limiting talk. And it's like, if you start to say, well, I have to do this because of this, I think that's an indication that you're not living as fully and with as much expansion. And I'm here to help you watch those limiting thoughts, and just know that I watch them for myself too. I caught a few limiting thoughts, and I decided, know what? I'm going to transmute that energy. I'm going to take some action on some things that I've thought about, and now November 4th, I'm giving a 2-hour healing and divine messages at a new venue, and I got my cards and book, and I'm going to be a store reader and have a book signing at the Sage Gallery in Manchester. Let everybody know about that. But I'm saying, so as well as creating this visualization of this perfect life, if you start to say, well, you have a job, Dana, so you're like, okay, I got to go to work, and all those things are fine, but also allow yourself the opportunity to experience the freedom of allowing the universe to deliver exactly what it is that you are looking for, if it's in alignment with your highest good. I think you agree, you're starting to see the doors open in that direction, right?
Yes, I am seeing a lot of doors opening. Good.
Because you're setting your attention on it, prior to us coaching together, I would guess, since you weren't thought, it was just a little bit of an idea that you thought about now and then. Is that about right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay.
It feels like the universe knows I'm serious.
Yes.
I'm doing the work involved. Yep. And I believe once you show them that you're serious and you start showing up, as they say,
yes,
they open the doors and they show you the way. And I am more than ready, and I'm so grateful to be where I am right now, and I look forward to tomorrow.
Great. Okay, so let's go on with imagine writing a book. Is it fiction or nonfiction? Please describe.
Well, I've had a couple of ideas, but the one I seem to always return to is my life story, a nonfiction entitled In a Nutshell. Starting from birth, I was the fifth of 6 children, and it was clear I was unwanted. I was often told this, I was always shown this, and I felt like an outcast. I thought I was adopted. I even saved a journal entry stating I must be adopted. It's a long story, Will. Laugh out loud.
Okay.
It's hard for me to say that on air because it's not something that I've shared ever.
Yeah, I appreciate that confidence, and I think probably helping a lot of people, because a lot of people probably felt the same way.
Right.
So I honor you for sharing. Yeah, absolutely. Well, let me tune in for you a little bit on this. It's funny, in a nutshell, the first thing I'm picking up is like that outer layer. Did you ever feel like you had to create like a tough exterior to your soul, because if people knew how sensitive and gifted you were, it wasn't safe.
Yes, that is so dead on. That is you nailing it.
Yeah.
I
Good.
have been described as rough around the edges. My mother often said, "You're tough as nails." Just absolutely. I have just recently started softening up
Good.
and being more vulnerable, because I feel more safe now that I've connected with the divine.
Mm-hmm.
I realize I'm not alone, and I have been able to change this part of my rough edge, as other people have described it.
Okay, good. We're definitely on something. That was the first thing that was shown to me about your title. In a nutshell, could be, like I said, to sum it up, but they definitely showed me that tough exterior, but they also showed me that you had the sensitive side. So let's go a little bit deeper and see what other message I get for you around this and how you're going to help people with your writing. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Okay, hold on. Okay, another part of your life purpose and lessons and teachings that you can teach other people, particularly that age group. It's really relatable to many, many age groups. I'm being reminded that, I'm around a lot of different people in a lot of different situations, and you can be almost any age and not really reveal who you are, and often project this persona in the world, if you will, about, they're just showing me like so many people that don't really, are afraid to show who they really are. They're so wounded, and they've lived under such tyranny that it's almost like they have to be mean or aggressive I've encountered this before people have even gotten to know me. I have felt like this aggressive energy coming at me, and the more comfortable I am with who I am, I no longer shrink away from that energy, but I kind of look it in the eye and say, kind of energetically, is that really necessary? Or I don't back off and go into that shell that we're talking about. I remain sensitive, I remain compassionate, but I don't turn into a doormat. You know what I mean?
Right. It is a delicate balance when I first started removing that outer protective layer,
Yeah.
brick wall, as some people call it. It was a little scary.
Sure.
But boy, the benefits are so worth the reward. I think honestly, it's part of learning how to love yourself, and including those vulnerable areas and accepting them and feeling safe with who you are. And I definitely feel like it takes practice, but like anything, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. And if people do stop that, I do believe people immediately change their energy towards you when you don't become defensive.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let me tune in again. So that's a really good point, that there really is no age limit to. It's good to have an awareness in the world that most people are walking around with some sort of external armor, if you will, and it's really so that you're really not alone in this, Dana. And I'm not sure what kind of armor I've had, but sometimes it takes. I think for me it's almost had the opposite. I feel like I've almost had to put on a softer shell because I didn't want to come across as threatening. Does that make sense?